Hi again, I just thought I'd do a video about some decaling. I was doing a fair bit of painting. I've got a little bit burnt out with painting, so I thought I'd do decal the legs and the waist armour, etc., and then move on to a bit more painting. So what we're going to need for decaling, well, first off, you're going to need the decal sheet. This is the Nu Gundam. It's quite extensive, a lot of decals on there. Obviously the water slides, and we're going to need our instructions where the decals are going to go, and some bits and bobs, as well as the pieces that we're going to be decaling. Now these have been glossed, but if you feel as though you're not really sure that they're going to be glossed enough, you can always paint a little bit of gloss onto where you're going to put the decal, and let it dry, and then come back in and put your decals on. So equipment, I'm not going to use all of this, but what have we got first off? A knife and a straight edge. Now I'm a back camp, rather than cutting out with scissors everything just to get to that part there, cutting along and down and round. I'd rather just get the knife around it, and the sharp knife, and the straight edge around it, remove my decal, and line them up ready for decaling. Right, what else? We've got some tweezers. Now like I said, I'm not going to use all these. Some tweezers for removing the manipulating, etc. That there, that's a small glue applicator. It's like a little furry brush thing, and again that's for manipulating around. A brush for applying a flat brush for applying your solvents later. Another shaper. Again, this is just like a rubber tip paintbrush type thing, and you can move stuff around with it. And some tweezers that work in reverse, so you can cut out your decal, put it in the water, and take it out and stay there, and then stick it on your sponge. Now what else have I got? Sponge wise, I use these makeup sponges, and these are good for getting the decal to conform. If you look, it will just press round and push the decal in place, and also take a bit of the excess moisture as well, so they're quite good. Kissing towel, always a must, and warm water. And this is just like a cleaning pad that I brought from a supermarket, and what I do, I put warm water on there. Say for instance, if I want to use doing all these on the leg, I'd cut these all out at the same time. I'd put them in the water, which incidentally I'd put a bit of micro set in there as well, and that just starts the softening process of the decal. And take them all out at the same time, put them on the wet sponge, and that stops the backing, the carrier paper from drying out, and you can then use them when you're good and ready. So what we'll do now, I'll get set up and ready, and I'll do a little bit of decaling. Okay then, so we've put our decals on. I was keeping an eye out for a bit of silvering, and we've got just a little tiny bit of silvering in this area here. So what I'm going to do, I've already tried putting on some microsol, some more microsol, and that usually does the job of making the decal hunker down onto the piece that it's for, but that hasn't worked. So what I've done, I've come along with my craft knife and I've not slashed the decal where I've seen the parts that are not adhering to the actual plastic itself. I've just put a little tiny hole very lightly, just enough so I can get some X28 thinner, and I'll apply a little bit of that, and that should do the job. And so let's get some thinner on the brush and just apply that thinner there, just dab it on, leave it, that's it, it's done. That's done there. That should soak through the holes and it should melt the decal a little bit more than the microsol. And so now that's done, and when all the pieces, when that's dry, I'll be using some satin varnish, and we'll go over the pieces, and that'll secure all the decals, give everything a nice even tone. It will secure the panel lining. Oh, apart from these, I'll use a bit of gloss varnish for these parts because they are shiny, and that should be that. So once everything's done, including the satin varnish, I'll put some stills at the end of the vid, and that'll be that.